there's Trent Williams, who's a big part of the grit.
That's not Trent Williams, that's Dre Greenlaw, idiot. No, but can I just share with you what annoyed me most about last night's game? It wasn't all the drop passes. It wasn't Debo's drop. It wasn't Juwan Jennings' drop. It wasn't all the errant throws by Brock. It wasn't the fact that we wasted one of our better defensive efforts. It wasn't even that Devondre Campbell told Kyle he didn't want to play anymore. What annoyed me most was running it up the middle on 3rd and 6. Running Debo up the middle on 3rd and 6 and settling for a field goal. Why would you do that? Why would you do that, Kyle? You make it so hard to shill for you sometimes. How many times have we lost because the other team is struggling? They're struggling to move the ball, but we're settling for field goal attempts. And then the other team gets one lucky drive and takes the lead. How many games have we lost? How many games have we lost under that scenario? Whether it's goddamn snowing or raining, Kyle is sending Jake Moody up there for field goal attempts while the other team scores a touchdown and takes the lead. Like, you cannot justify that analytically. It's driving me insane. Why would you do that, Kyle? Why would you do that? There is a disconnect between how ultra aggressive Kyle Shanahan is in terms of driving the ball downfield and encouraging not just Brock Purdy, but even Jimmy Garoppolo or Nick Mullins to throw it into the teeth of the defense, into the middle of the field, while being super conservative in terms of game management. Like, you would need a psychologist to figure that one out. There's like a major disconnect there.
He is looking for the bag. 15 touchdowns, 9 picks. Bruh, you gonna pay that $58 million? You're the Cowboys.
All right, Brock Purdy, would I pay him? This is an easy question. Would I pay Brock Purdy? Yeah, because quarterbacks are YouTube TV or satellite TV or direct TV or whatever. They cost what they cost. You're going to pay it unless you want to be like a cord cutter. Okay, unless you want to go into next season with Tanner freaking Mordecai. Okay, which is, Tanner Mordecai is the equivalent of sticking an antenna on your roof and watching only local channels. Okay, that's Tanner Mordecai. He's like Jeopardy. You're waiting for 7 p.m. to watch Jeopardy because that's all that's on your local channels and local news. Have you ever watched local news? It's terrible. It's just the worst thing I've ever seen, local news. Anyway, so Tanner Mordecai, Jake, what's his name? Jake Haener. He's the equivalent of sticking an antenna on your roof, if you want to do that. If you want a legitimate quarterback, you're paying YouTube TV prices. You're paying for satellite TV. You're paying for direct TV. Even if you think, no, I'm going to trade up in the draft and select a quarterback on a rookie deal. That doesn't work either, because then you're losing out on rookie deal players. You're gonna end up replacing those with costly veterans anyway, dude. Do you understand? Like, whoever you would have drafted with those draft picks, now you're gonna have to pay like $20 million, $30 million for it. Adds up anyway. So you're just gonna have to pay for it unless you want to be a cord cutter. I do not. It doesn't matter how much money I save. I'm not going into the season with friggin' Tanner Mordecai. And by the way, signing Brock Purdy / YouTube TV does not preclude you from switching later on. Maybe you want to switch to DirecTV. Maybe you want to switch to some Fubo. Maybe you want to switch to Hulu Live. Right? You can do that. You can do that. Look at the Denver Broncos. Look at the Philadelphia Eagles. Look at, I don't know if you've heard of them, the 49ers. The 49ers did this. Okay, we had the highest paid quarterback, and we switched off of him. And then we switched off of the person that we switched off of the number one quarterback for.
There's been some rumors on the webs that you could be traded to Chicago, and John called them comical. Do you have a word to describe those rumors?
I mean, I don't know why they come out, but I don't want to be any place in the world more than here.
Next topic, Kyle Shanahan. Would I retain Kyle Shanahan's services? Yes, I have expressed deep reservations with Kyle. There are things I definitely would change, okay? But I am not ready to break up with Kyle. I am not ready to watch Kyle date the Chicago Bears. I am not ready to watch Kyle date the Cowboys or the freaking Raiders, okay? And God forbid, win a Super Bowl, walk down the aisle with one of them. I'm not ready for that. I love Kyle. I'm happy with Kyle. We just have to have a talk, though. We have to talk. Like, you need to stop settling for field goals. It's enough already with the draft. Like, you've had 10 years. You know, like they say, like the coach wants to shop for their own groceries or whatever. Okay, you've shopped for like 10 years now. It's enough. And by the way, you're aging like a goddamn president, okay? You're aging like Abraham Lincoln during the Civil War. So don't think of this as a punishment, Kyle. Think of this as like a reward. Like, hey, you've worked really, really hard. Why don't you go on a long-ass vacation? I'll see you at minicamp, all right? Stay away from the draft. Stay away from the roster construction. And I'll see you when I see you, dude. How about that? Go on a vacation, relax. Can you do that for me, Kyle? Because otherwise, I don't want to break up with you. I don't want to see you walk down the aisle with the Chicago Bears. Okay? So, just do that for me, dude. Just do that for me. Now, who are we going to root for the remainder of the season? To me, the Chiefs, I wish them the worst. And I mean that. I don't mean, you know, like sometimes they're like, well, I don't mean that. Like, no, I mean that. I'm just not going to spell it out for you.
All right? This way they can't report that I said it.
Yeah, I'm not going to spell it out for you, but I do wish them the absolute worst. The Lions, to me, I told you, it would devalue the championship if a goofy guy like Jared Goff becomes a Super Bowl winning quarterback. Okay, if a guy so lacking in quarterback face wins the Super Bowl, it would, for me, I would have an asterisk on the season if Jared Goff wins. So I think I'll be rooting for the Vikings and Sam Darnold. I like Sam Darnold. I've always liked Sam Darnold. Remember when he was here, I put out that video ranking the top 49ers quarterbacks ever, and I had him fourth. What? No, Joe Montana, Steve Young, Brock Purdy, Sam Darnold. Jim Harbaugh would have won a Super Bowl if Sam Darnold was his quarterback. Can you imagine Jim Harbaugh doing the shoulder pads thing with Sam Darnold? So, yeah, I'll be rooting for Sam Darnold and the Minnesota Vikings and the Chargers. Everyone else can go to hell. Literally. Like, I mean that, okay? Like, go to hell. Everybody else.